Yo, yo, yo. How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? Yo, today gonna be a dope show. Let me make sure gotta make sure I got the chat and everything up. But today gonna be a dope show, man. Let me see. Hold on. See if I got everything cracking. All right, we in there. I think so. You know what I mean? Still new to this. But, yo, today gonna be a dope show, man. I got a bunch of dope topics, man. I got some things I've been thinking about. You know what I mean? Some topics is going on. And I got some topics that's like, just little things I was thinking about today, man. I went to Harlem real quick. And on my way back from Harlem, the first topic is going to be, is New York City overrated? And that's going to be something that it's going to be, it's going to be crazy hearing it from me, what I'm going to talk about, just because everybody know how much I love New York. For the people that don't know, I was born in New York. Lived in New York majority of my life. Moved to L.A. Lived in L.A. for a while. I got the chat up. Yo, AK, what's good? What's good? So, yeah, man, look. Born in New York. I was born in Harlem. When Harlem was Harlem, too. Not the Harlem if y'all come now. But I moved to L.A. You know what I mean? At a young age. Moved to L.A. At 13. And then in L.A., went to Crenshaw, Horseman Middle, and moved back to New York. And then New York was different when I moved back. You know what I mean? This is like after 9/11 now. So, when you get back to New York and everything is up. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about how Harlem was back in the day, you could probably get you a 3-4 bedroom, $800. I moved back to New York. They telling me prices like I don't know how serious. Like I don't know Harlem's still the hood. Like, yo, this is $2,500. Calling Northern Manhattan, all that. But I left New York again. You know what I mean? Like 2010, and came back to New York again, and I've been back in New York since for like the past 6 years. Now, the question is New York overrated? You know what I mean? Most of my people that I grew up with in LA, we always debate New York versus LA. That's a big debate. My people in London, we always debate New York versus London. But, I want to talk about just New York today. I want to talk about, is it overrated? You know what I mean? So, we're going to start off like this. New York, the average person in New York. So New York is made up of 5 boroughs, right? You got Bronx, Staten Island, Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn. Now, the closer you are to Manhattan, is the more expensive it's going to be. So if you're in Brooklyn, but you're really close to Manhattan, it's going to be really expensive, other than if you go deeper in Brooklyn. Same with Queens, same with the Bronx, etc. Now, when you in Manhattan, it's super expensive. You know what I mean? So the average person in New York is probably spending about at least $2,500 for rent in the hood. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like you could step outside. It could be people on your stoop. You could step outside. It could, people just hanging out, selling weed, whatever. When you get in that like $3,500, $4,000 range, you probably gonna have like a doorman, probably have a gym. While if you go to Houston, you're in that range at $1,100, maybe even $1,000. You got a gym, you got a pool, you got a doorman, etc. So the thing about it in New York is people move out here and they live in the hood, but to live in New York, you know what I mean? Like people live in a small crib too. The average person's crib probably be like 500, 600 square feet. Living room, mad small, probably don't have no closet. You know what I mean? In New York, one of the few cities that, people actually go to IKEA and buy the little BS closets, put it in a room, the kitchen right next to the couch. That's basically what New York is. So should you pay that amount of money to live in New York? Should you pay that to live in the hood? Should you pay, you might want to move to Manhattan and pay $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000 a month. So should you do that? Is it worth doing that to, for what New York has? So we're going to talk about some of the pros and we're going to talk about some of the cons. I'm going to talk about the cons first, the cons of living in New York, because I know them. So one, you're not going to have parking. So if you move into New York and you got a car, just know your expense is going to go extra because you're going to have to pay for a parking lot somewhere. It's a strong chance your building ain't going to have no parking lot. And there's a strong chance you might have to just get one of these parking lots on the street. Even if you have a parking lot, if you work in Manhattan, you're probably not going to have parking where you work at. So you're probably not even going to drive to work. Most people that had cars in New York, they probably drive when they go to like Jersey or they go to Long Island, etc. But if I work on 34th Street, I'm not driving to work. It doesn't make sense. And if I do, them parking lots over there is even, you looking at, you could spend anywhere from $70, $80 an hour. So you're not even doing that. You're going to take a train, you're going to take an Uber. So if you paying, a lease or you financing a car, you look at it like this. That expense, plus your parking lot expense, plus when you move to New York, your insurance goes up. So when I lived in Houston, my insurance was like $75, $80. And then I moved to New York and it went up to like $300 for just a regular. It was like a regular Audi, just a regular Audi, not the beast $100,000 joint, just a regular Audi. Now the point I'm trying to make with what I'm saying is parking. It's a big deal. So some people, you don't have to get parking. You know what I mean? You don't have to get a parking lot, but what you'll be doing is circling and circling and circling, looking for parking. Now, just imagine this. Imagine you come home, you tired. You left the gym, you left some girl house, your dude house, whatever. You just want to go to sleep. Now you're driving and there's no parking, nowhere. So now what you're doing is you're just driving around in a circle, just waiting for somebody to pull out. And most of the time when you do that, you drive around in a circle, drive around in a circle, and you see somebody coming out, somebody else right there in front of you that was waiting. They pull right in. So sometimes you're just at the point where you're just like, man, look, I'm going to just park next to this house. I'm going to just get the ticket. It's worth my sleep. As long as they're not going to tow my car, and people still get towed when this happens, it's worth my sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just go to sleep, wake up to this $100 and something fine. That's it. So we talking about parking. That's one of the biggest cons in New York, right? Now let's talk about space. People so let's say when when COVID first happened, you got families, 4 or 5 people living, 6, 7 people living in 1, 2 bedrooms, right? Small, they right up on each other. No backyard, no balcony, no nothing. You know what I mean? Like they just, while you can go, like I said, to Texas and that same rent you paying or that same thing you bought, that literally you can get you a mansion. Literally, you can get you a mansion in Texas for like $2,000. You go to Spring, you go to these places. So people go out, you see people go to Georgia, people go to Florida, they get these big cribs and they come back to New York and they like, man, I can't do this no more. You know what I mean? So the space, that's another thing, and it's so crazy because when people come to visit from out of town, they come in and they come to your crib and they looking at it and they probably like, dude look like he doing bad. Why? They don't know. He's probably paying 2, maybe even 3 times the rent that they paying wherever they at. So, all right, we at the space is bad. We at what else is bad? We got parking is bad. Let's see what else New York got. Buildings is old. It's mad old buildings, just super old. You know what I mean? Like they got new construction, but the new construction always gonna be North London. Nah, definitely. New York and London, I think all the stuff I'm saying about New York definitely goes towards London too. Because I do get the exact vibe, you know what I mean, with London. I kind of feel like New York was basically built off London, if you know what I mean. Like I think New York was basically built in, like we gonna make the American London, and that's how I think New York really came about. And you look at Leicester Square, and you look at Times Square, you look at Soho and Soho, you look at, Chelsea. It's a lot of similarities. But I want to get back to, the buildings being old. So you got old buildings. You got people that got mice living, rats, all that living in their walls, disconnected from that building, going through that building. Then it gets cold outside, so they coming through. A lot of people, that's their situation, especially people that live in the hood. You know what I mean? If you grew up in the hood in Harlem, you grew up in the hood in Brooklyn, you're so comfortable. Like some rats could run down a block and you're not even gonna get scared. You know what I mean? Like I sometimes see people on the train and you could tell the people that's out of towners because you see like mice and rats and all that run on the track. Certain people, they run like they break. And then certain people, they just step back like, or they stomp at it, try to get it to. And I'm gonna tell you, these mice and rats in New York, you stomp at it. That joint is not just you got to pick something up or something. Like, they not just running from, you know what I mean, you stepping on the ground hard or nothing. But you got mice, you got rats. Now, when I lived in LA, I'm not saying they don't have it. I never seen any of that. You know what I mean? I do think LA had like a roach problem, but I never seen any of that in LA. You know what I mean? Like, LA, I don't know where they at, maybe downtown somewhere. But when I moved to LA, I definitely was in the hood. I was on Crenshaw, and Slauson, and 10th, and it wasn't none of that over there. You know what I mean? So, all right. Another thing bad about New York, another con is there's really no zones. So you can spend all this money to live right here, and 3 blocks down is literally like is action going on. You know what I mean? Somebody might have just got, shot. Somebody might have just got robbed, and you could be spending all this money. So I'll give you an example. If you live on 95th and Madison Avenue, if you walk 4 minutes up, you basically in the hood. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you live in Williamsburg, Bushwick is right there, and right after Bushwick you got Bed-Stuy, and it's all right there. But these places, I'm telling you, people paying anywhere from $5,000-$6,000, and they say, they gentrifying and all that. But I don't know, man. Like, so those are some of the cons. Now I want to go to some of the pros. It's like on the way back to the house, I walked through Central Park, and it's like sometimes just walking through Central Park, it's just a feeling. You don't have to pay for that. When I lived in Houston, even when I lived in LA, there's not really too many places you can just walk that you don't have to spend any money, and you can just sit down and it's a feeling. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times when you say you go on a date, you go into a restaurant, you go into a club, you go somewhere basically where it's like, you go somewhere basically where you're spending money, and that's how you have fun. New York have a lot of places. You go to the High Line. New York have a lot of places where you don't have to spend $1 and you can enjoy your day. New York got a lot of places you can just walk. You know what I mean? You can just go out your house and walk, and you have a good time. So I think a lot of people, that's what they pay for. Sam Lawson, I love New York. Is my favorite place on earth, but I can't go there anymore because of the vaccine mandates. Yeah, that's another thing I was going to talk about. A con in New York is we always the first. So whenever they want to try something, it's always going to be New York first. So it's like, if they want the mandates to hit, it's always going to be the first in New York, and then LA going to follow suit, then it's going to hit everywhere else. But what I learned about Texas, they're always the last. They always do what they want to do. New York always got to lead the way. So it messes it up, especially with like the vaccine mandate, because it's like a lot of people can't come. A lot of people in New York losing their jobs. And like I said, New York, another con about it is, if it's going to be a terrorist attack, it's going to be something crazy, it's going to hit New York first, because New York is like the Mecca. So it's like, living in New York, you got to look at it like, whenever something's going to happen to America, there's a strong chance it's going to hit New York. If I lived in Alabama, people in Alabama not even worried about that. They don't even care about any issues like that. You know what I mean? Like, people that live in like Little Rock, Arkansas, they're not thinking. People in New York, whenever you hear, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, we immediately thinking like, man, yo, look, we got to get up out of here. You know what I mean? So that's one of the cons too. But my question again is New York overrated? I think New York is overrated for how much, you're paying all this money, but then it's like, what you really getting now? You do get to say, Cat, what's good? He said give a shout out to, I think that's Kansas. I think, yeah. Shout out to Kansas. Yeah, now, like, I think New York is overrated when you think about, seriously, like, should you pay all this money to rent? You're not even paying towards own. And we're not even going to talk about owning. You know what I mean? Owning is a whole different. You talking about spending $1 million for this little nonsense condo, and, small, and you probably can't even make no money renting it out. So it's kind of like, yo, at the end of the day, I think it is. But I love New York. That's one thing I'm going to say. I love it. And I think New York, everybody from New York got a pride to them that, we just love it. And a lot of people, it's motivational. You can walk down the street and You motivated. You just look outside. You motivated. You see a skyline. You just want to make it. You know, New York is one of them places that I lived in Houston, and Houston was dope, but Houston wasn't motivating. It didn't motivate. Like, it didn't drive me. And the people in Houston, they're doing really good. They're doing well, but they all seem like, to me, in Houston is like everybody got like super realistic goals, and that's why they hit it. And I feel like in New York, mad people don't have realistic goals. Everybody goal is to the clouds, and if you make it halfway, you turn into Jay-Z, you know. But if you don't make it, man, you turn into, you know, I don't want to put people on the spot, but you turn into people that's doing bad. You know, New York got a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas, and you don't want to be that. A lot of these people we see outside that's doing bad, the Fiends and all that. At one point, they was one of the nicest ball players in New York. You know, at one point they had a whole block, holding the whole block down, you know what I mean, on the streets, you know. But that's what I think about New York. Is it overrated or not? And I want to get into the next topic. I see Jupiter being nobody will own anything courtesy of the world. Yeah, you right, bro. You right. San Luis house prices are too much, but the city itself is not overrated. Yeah, I feel that the city not overrated, but you got to throw the prices in, because that's the reason the price is what it is, because everybody want to come. You see what I'm saying? Everybody want to be here. It's the same with London. London is similar. Same with LA. I do think LA, to me, what the difference with LA is so spaced out. You can find something for you. So you can find something for your price range. I know people that work jobs, they really not making money like that, and they still find somewhere in LA. In New York, at some point, they gonna be on their way to Georgia, on their way to Florida. Like, they're not gonna. People in New York don't really stay. You know what I mean? What should I do if I run out of? So XX, you sound like you got a. All right, I guess that's already. All right, so look, let's get to the next joint we're gonna talk about real quick. That was New York. I definitely want to know in the comments, man, what y'all think. Let me know if New York is overrated. And I got another joint that I really want to know. And this one going to be a good one. This one is dope. I definitely wanted to talk about this today. I was like mad excited about talking about this one. So is cheating worse when, and I'm going to tell you what I'm basically about to ask. Is cheating worse when the person that you getting cheated on by is like ugly, like they trash, right? So let me tell you how the story came about first. So one of my peoples, he was cheating on whoever, his girl or whatever. And when he was cheating, basically the girl seen the girls he was cheating with. And she was like, man, like, look at these girls. And then, you know, I seen the girls and I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, he's not even a dude that's used to talking to these kind of like, he's used to talking to pretty chicks, you know. So that was even surprising to me. But I know she felt offended because she was just like, damn, you cheating with these chicks? You know, it make her. And then my man told me, one of my boys told me, like, yo, look, at the end of the day, imagine your girl cheat on you and you look and she cheat on you with like some bum ass, like some whack dude. You know what I mean? How would you feel? That's how these chicks is feeling. And he was like, if dude was cheating and he in the back, you know, at a club kissing Cassie or Rihanna or something, like, the girl, she'll be mad, but she'll understand a little more. But if he there kissing, you know, some chick that look like it could be his mom's and she look trash and it definitely make the girl look at like, damn. So my question to y'all is cheating worse depending on who you cheat with? And do y'all agree if y'all cheat with somebody that look, you know, that even a girl could look at it and be like, oh, well, she's pretty. Is you know, it's held a little more, you know, it just looks better. And for y'all, if y'all girl cheat, I don't know. To me personally, if a girl cheat, I don't care how the person look. I'm looking at it the same. But I want to know for y'all. So let me see what good about London. All right. So my man still talking about London. So I definitely want to know that. And today I'm gonna do a phone call too. I know I told y'all I'm gonna be doing the phone calls, and I'm gonna do where we play the music, when we play people music. So I definitely want, when y'all, if y'all artists or if y'all got artists, Let me know. Make sure y'all join their content claim and all that. I'm gonna play y'all joint. We gonna get into that. So I want to know what y'all think about that. I'm gonna ask my boy about that when I get him on too, and I might get him on now, honestly, just to get that spiced up. So we gonna get my boy Gabe on. Something else too. I'm gonna start opening up the lines. So North London said, when it comes to cheating, girls are more slick with it. Yeah, I definitely think so. See, I think women, when they cheat, is more like big. So a girl would cheat and have a kid and know that the kid isn't this person. She would know you're not the dad, right? And because she's trying to cover up the cheating, she would have this little kid think that's her dad or that's his dad his entire life, just because that little lie, that big lie, she got pregnant. Where a dude is doing like reckless bum cheating. Like dudes is just walking outside, seeing a girl, like, hey, dudes is cheating recklessly, not thinking about it. Women, they're cheating with real affairs, having real relationships, and it's turning into big situations. It's mad people that get affected when women cheat. Where the dude is just usually the dude and the girl. When a girl cheat, it'd be kids affected, it'd be families affected. Because you got to think, you thought this was your kid the whole time. This kid, he think this is his grandmother, his aunt, his this, his that. And the girl that, the mom knows, like, damn, I'm going to just go to the grave with this. I'm not going to keep it real. So now the kid get affected, the family get affected, the dad get affected, or the fake dad get affected, And it's just kind of like, because of... So I think when women cheat, like way worse. That's how I look at it. I definitely think dudes cheat more, and I think it's more reckless. And, I definitely want to touch on another topic in the future, which is like, I want to talk about polygamy, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, this conversation been coming up a lot, and some people been making some real good points to me about like polygamy, and I want to see what everybody think. What everybody think. Do y'all think everybody's supposed to be matched up to one person? And then when you look at statistics with, men to women ratio, you look at statistics from people that like the same sex and all. If everybody matched up, it'd be a lot of people just assed out, just like, what happened to me? So cheating's going to have to happen. If they arrest, they just not going to have nobody, or they going to start doubling or tripling to one person, So I don't know. Y'all let me know. But we going to get on the horn real quick, and we're going to talk about, I want to touch on this topic, and then I got a few other topics I want to touch on. But I definitely want to touch on, matter of fact, I know y'all know about the joint going on with Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but that's a crazy topic to me right now. I want to see what y'all think about that, and we're going to get on it right now. So what we going to do, if it sounds low, y'all let me know if it sounds low, and we're going to get my man on the phone real quick. And like I said, I'm going to start opening up the phone lines also. So I got a number that we're going to start opening up, but I'm going to wait maybe until next week, and yeah. Yo.
What's the deal?
All right, Gabe. So you live right now. You probably gonna have to talk a little loud because I don't know how loud it is. But yeah, man, we over here talking, and we gonna get into it real quick. So the first thing I want to ask you is this. Matter of fact, we just gonna get into it right away. So we're gonna talk about Stephen A. So Stephen A. Smith basically. He just came at Kyrie. Kyrie said he's not taking the vaccination. He don't feel he should take the vaccination. He feel like that's his body. And Stephen A. like, yo, you came over here. You want to play with the Nets. You want to do this. He basically called him stupid. And I want to know what you think about that.
First and foremost, man, I think Stephen A. be cooning for his bosses and everything like that, because at the end of the day, it's not a political matter. This is a matter about somebody's body. Like, I don't support the government coming in and demanding people with mandates to put something in their body. And just like for those that made the decision to get the vaccine, it's their choice also. I don't want to hear no hot tips on somebody back because they got the vaccine, calling them dumb or whatever. That's a personal choice. And that's something that Kyrie going to have to stand on as a man, as that personal choice. He got way more money on the line than what Stephen A. even got in his bank account for Stephen A. to even have an opinion. I think that man got an idea of what's at risk if he's taking a stand that he's taking. So he's thought it through. That's something he feels strongly about. And he's the voice of a lot of people who can't afford to quit their job and who's pressured into the situation of getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
Lastly about that is the fact that people are acting surprised that black people are nervous to get the vaccine, when if you go through the history of Western civilization, they've used situations like vaccines for different type of things to administer experimental drugs or HIV to black people, or syphilis, these different diseases under the guise of vaccines. So if black people are a little skeptical out of anyone else, we have the right to be skeptical, and it shouldn't be something that somebody trying to clout chase on ESPN because they numbers is sagging since they got rid of one of their co-hosts. So that's how I feel about that.
So okay, so let me ask you this question, because look, we talked about it a lot. You decided to get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. When you decided to get it, was it a lot of people that was against you getting it?
No, I was a little skeptical about getting it myself. I've had COVID, multiple times. People in my family been hospitalized by it. I'm a strong believer in science, and I'm not going to, just live in fear about it or anything like that. So I know I'll be outside. So with that being the case, I was like, okay, I'm going to get the vaccine because I want to travel. I want to do other things. So my decision was based more on a personal decision, not forced by being scared of mandates or losing a job or anything like that. It was just a personal decision that I made that, okay, I'm going to be outside, I'm going to be at risk, I'm going to be traveling. So I would much rather have something that slows the aggression of the virus if I were to catch it again. So that's what my decision was based on.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say now towards it. So it's crazy to me. I feel like I don't get it with Stephen A. Smith sometimes. It's kind of like, it seemed like Stephen A. Smith take one step forward, then take like two steps back all the time. Like, I feel like he do a lot of things for ratings, and I definitely feel like at the end of the day, Stephen A., it seemed like he's always the main one that if somebody there's always going with whatever seemed like is an agenda. It don't matter what agenda it is. It seemed like out of all the sports shows, out of all the networks, it's always Stephen A. It's like it's nobody else. It's never somebody else. It seems like they going with the pro. Other people just be quiet on it, And that's
what you got to realize about Stephen A. Stephen A. is in positions and levels within a company that a lot of black people haven't been in. So Stephen A. is someone that is cognizant of that, and he's going to make decisions. He's not going to go against the grain. They will elevate certain black people within white organizations, within different organizations, and anytime something's happening within the black community, they will bring on a voice that can, legitimize an opinion, but in the opposite direction, So Stephen A. is always going to be that black person that they can reach to, that can give an opposing opinion about something that's going on in the black community, and it gives it some type of validity, because they can't go get one of their white hosts to then speak on it, because then that person is going to be looked at as racist. So since Stephen A. is somebody that's always going to want to protect his bag, he's not going to jeopardize his position in the company at all. You're always going to see him take an opposing view than the majority view of the black community, because a lot of people in the black community are supporting Kyrie.
Got you. Okay. So now, what I want to do real quick before is I want to touch on this other topic real quick. And this topic right here, I'm just learning about. I know you probably know about it. So it's about Robert Durst. Are you familiar with Robert Durst?
Yeah, he's the heir to a bunch of money who killed some people back in the day. He's been on the run for a minute.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is a documentary that's out, and I'm hearing a documentary like it came out a while ago. It was crazy, but basically he killed his wife, he killed this dude, and I guess he killed his best friend. But now I'm seeing he dying in the hospital. So that's like the top news today, pretty much. But what I'm hearing is like, I don't know. Did you see the documentary or not?
I seen the crime, the ID channel crime drama back in the day, and I seen how he would, to avoid police, he would dress up like a woman. He killed his friend, had him in plastic bags, been on the run, but because of his money and his parents, his parents' power, he's been able to skate past police for decades. So I definitely, I'm hip to the story.
Yeah. Nah, I definitely want to. I definitely want to check it out, because I'm hearing this. You know what it is, man? I don't like watching stuff like that. For some reason, it's like when I watch stuff like that, I go to sleep and dream about exactly what I was watching, but then I'm in the dream, like I'm in the whole thing. So it's like I turn into the homeboy that he killed, and I'm trying to like escape it or something. And I don't know why my dreams be like that. So I try to watch like stuff that's the exact opposite. But I know it's one other show right now that I've been talking to everybody about, or everybody been talking to me about, and I've been telling everybody I'm watching. It's called Squid Games. You familiar with it?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I ain't started watching it yet, but I hear it's a dope show, it dives into the psychology of money and what people are willing to do and sacrifice for money or to get rid of debt or things like that. So I think that's kind of dope. That's real life, man. It's people that it takes some risk like that to get some paper.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. Nah, Gabe, I would have definitely get you on. I'm definitely gonna have you on a lot. I'm gonna be bringing people on the video though. It's just the first week I'm doing the phone calls. As the next week, and so we're gonna be doing the videos. But yeah, man, that was your take, man. And it's for everybody to know he's from Detroit. I know a lot of y'all probably don't know about Detroit and never heard it, but it's actually it's one of them places, man, that you don't want to go. So
Hey, man, everybody know about Motown, but I just want to personally just give you a shout out, man. It look dope. It's super clean, man, and I see you ain't chubby no more. So shine.
All right, Gabe. All right, I'm gonna talk to you later, brother.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, man. I definitely want to know what people think about what he was saying. So I definitely want to know what people think about some of the stuff he was saying. Let me put this back over here. Yeah. Now, so I want to get to Robert Durst real quick. Robert Durst. It's just crazy because I think this story shows you what money does. It shows you when you have money what it do for you. I think a lot of people, they don't realize how far money stretch, and if you broke, you really ain't getting away with nothing. You broke, man. They would have caught him before he even killed the first person. They would have caught him on his way to killing the first person. I definitely think money go a long way, and it's crazy because you'll think certain people that come from money, you'll think that they not even gonna be doing certain things that they doing. Hold on, I got this picture of Stephen A. up too. Yeah, you'll think that, you know what I mean? Like, you look like, yo, you got money, you could travel, you could have fun, you could do whatever you want to do. Like, why is it that you over here doing, hold on 1 second. Yeah. Why are you moving like this? You got bread. And it's like everybody, it's kind of like the people that don't have money, all they stress is trying to get to money, and the people that got money is like, I feel like they do the strangest, weirdest things. It's kind of like, yo, like they just don't have nothing to do, so they just go around doing weird stuff, and then they still get away with it. Like I said, when you broke, man, you got to prove that you innocent from things that you didn't even do. You got dudes like, Central Park 5, like, these is broke kids in the hood. They got to prove their innocence, Then you got to do like this is basically sick. And look, he's just going in now. He basically lived his entire life outside. He basically was dying already. and now he going in, while he's already dying. So he probably only had a little bit to live now, and they probably was like, look, we not even gonna mess with you until you about to die anyway, then we gonna bring you in. And that's probably this situation. They probably been knew what he was on. They probably ain't even dropped the documentary until, because they was like, yo, he was sick before this, and they're talking about he's not even sick with COVID and he's on a ventilator. So yeah, that's the situation with him. And we're gonna take it to another strange little situation that's going on right now, man. So this situation right here is kind of weird. I don't know if y'all seen this situation, but this one right here is gonna be like, this is one of the reasons why I be nervous when I go to eat certain places. Now, I don't know if y'all know about this dude right here, but basically, this dude was fired. So this worker right here, he basically was fired. So as you see, he went in the bathroom and put all the food on the toilet. He put it on the floor. He danced on it. And then he put it on YouTube. So then he put it on YouTube. Then he went right back to the front, placed it right back where the Subway joint is at, and where all the food is at. And then people came in here and ate it. Now, this got to be a crazy lawsuit. I'm going to say that much. I guess this happened I think they said it happened I'm not sure if it happened in Rhode Island. Yeah, it happened in Providence, Rhode Island. But the point I'm going to make is this. This is a wild, wild lawsuit. You got to think, if somebody walked up in here and ate this, man, especially with everything going on right now, like this is disgusting. You see what I'm saying? So this dude got it. And it's crazy. Like, what kind of time do you give somebody for this? Because it's so reckless, but it's not normal to where I don't even know if, he's going to really get what he deserved. But yeah, he went on YouTube, and it's crazy how everybody go on YouTube when they do this weird stuff. They go on YouTube and they show it. But just imagine you walked up in, like, imagine you just left the crib, you with your girl, y'all like, man, what we going to eat today? Y'all waiting like an hour trying to figure out what y'all going to eat. Then somebody was just like, man, let's just go get Subway. Let's get the bologna, salami, and pepperoni. Whatever sandwich got all three of them with lettuce and tomato. You go up in there, you eat, and then this hit the news. And you like, nah, this bad. Then you look and you see this exact dude right here, and you like, hold on. I know this ain't the dude that was serving this. You know what I mean? Yo, this is sick. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at this like, I don't know what's his deal. I don't know who did what to him. And I feel like a lot of these dudes be dudes that's like, they're like misfits in community. Like, they ain't had no friends. Nobody liked them. No girls liked them. They didn't know how to dress. They was just corny, and they just mad at the world. And because they mad at the world, they going to do stuff like this. And look, this is the dude that put it on YouTube. You got to imagine how many people is doing this that's not putting it on YouTube. How many people just doing this just to do it? And we go in our favorite spots and we eating and we wondering like why it tastes weird. People wondering why they sick. And you never know, man. We talking about COVID started from bats and all that, man. COVID could have started from some sick dude like this doing some weird stuff to the food, and we eat it. So sometimes it's kind of like better just to not even step out and eat because, and it's crazy because Subway always in the news. That's another wild thing. It's like, I don't know what their background check is. I don't know if Subway they do programs to get like at-risk kids or something, and that's how these people keep getting these jobs. But it's kind of strange to me. It's like, why is Subway? Oh, you would think like this happened at like Kennedy Fried Chicken, like the little hood spots, the little man. This happened at Subway, which is supposedly healthy, and yeah. So basically, they said he got arrested. Oh no, they didn't even say he got arrested. They just said he was fired. So it doesn't even say he got arrested. It said he was fired. Like, come on, man, it's obvious he don't care about that job. And then another question is, I'm wondering how many views this got because, again, a lot of people, they do stuff for views, And if he was smart, he could have just, threw all that away, like, showed another video of him throwing it away or flushing it down the toilet. Like, I just took that picture, but this dude actually went back outside, put the food right back where it was at, and was serving people. He got they said he danced on the lettuce. They said the video he started like dancing on the lettuce, stomping on it. It's crazy, man. Yo, the world is crazy, but this is what, this is where we live. This is the world that we live in. And Providence, Rhode Island is kind of like, it's supposedly good over there, I don't really know too much about Rhode Island like that, but I do know I'm not going to I don't want to eat in Rhode Island because these are the kind of people that produce, you know what I mean? So I'm cool. I'm just driving through Rhode Island. I don't have no reason. Matter of fact, I don't have no reason to go there after this, But other than that, man, yo, today was dope. I hope everybody enjoy y'all Saturday or wherever y'all at. If it's 12 o'clock, y'all Sunday. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Make sure y'all watch what y'all eat. You know what I mean? If y'all could just, for the week, man, y'all just buy your own food and cook your own food, Don't go to Subway. And I think this deserves a Subway ban, honestly. I think people should really ban Subway behind this because I know it's not Subway fault, but it's just kind of like, yo, they just in the media too much for me, So people might have to start going to Blimpies and Jersey Mike's and, y'all might have to just go to the regular deli to get a hero sandwich, But other than that, man, yeah. Oh, the review guy, what's going on? He said, not a b-ball fan, just came here to say, bro. Yeah, nah, man, I've been chilling, man. Nah, this isn't only about basketball. When I do the first thumbnail, I just be putting one up just because it's hard to put a thumbnail up on when you go live. So I just be putting anything up, then I'll change the thumbnail in a minute. But love the review guy, man. Enjoy. Hopefully, watch it back. We touched on mad topics today. And I'm going to be seeing y'all every day. I'm not going to be doing the weekends. I'm only doing the weekends because I missed 2 days out the week earlier. But tomorrow I'm going to go all the way through this week. And then as of next weekend, we're not doing the weekends no more. So other than that, man, hope y'all have fun. I'm going to see y'all in a second. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, do all that, the fly stuff y'all supposed to do. And I'll see y'all in a second, all right? Peace.